there, my name is Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, subscribe and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And you know what just dropped? The new issue of Doctor Who magazine, issue 555, which I think was the name of one of the clone troopers in the Clone War. They called him fives anyway. I think it was like 555-55-5 or something like that. They called him fives anyway. So issue 555, in which I think they're saying pretty strongly, fandom, Doctor Who's about to be cancelled or go on long hiatus. I think that's what they're saying in no uncertain terms by the content of it. So we're going to be doing a review of this issue. They're kind of not an in-depth review. It's more of like a thumb through if you're at Double Eight Smiths. I heard they're closing down Double Eight Smiths. I heard they laid off a bunch of people. Is that happening? I haven't lived in England for years. That'd be sad. I used to love Double Eight Smiths. So yeah, we're going to be looking through Doctor Who magazine. I'm going to help you evaluate if it's something that you want to spend your hard-earned cash on, or even your ill-gotten cash on. You know, I'll go either way. I don't mind. Before we get into it, though, can I ask you guys, can you hit that subscribe button? That way, fan-dabby double-dozy. Thank you very much. I was asking, I think yesterday or the day before, if you could hit the subscribe button and help me get me over to 1,500 subscribers, and you did it. I mean, like, wow. You guys are wonderful. Thank you very much. So, what do you get if you subscribe? What do you get if you subscribe? Well, the first thing you get is something very unique. Something I don't think you can get anywhere else. The first thing you get if you subscribe is you get to make a sad fanboy rabbi that sits in his basement. I say, you get many sad fanboys, you get many rabbis, you can get them all sitting in the basement, but you very rarely get them put together, right? So you get to make a sad fanboy rabbi very happy. Very happy! And I am. I'm very, very happy when they subscribe, so thank you very much. If you subscribe, you can enter my competitions. I think we're doing the giveaway for this on, the prize draw for this on, when was it? Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to be in the TARDIS. If it's Saturday, we're watching Doctor Who and the Dalek starring Peter Cushing. And if it's Sunday, it's going to be Love and Monsters. Oh man, I haven't seen that for ages. I actually like Love and Monsters. I do. I'm one of the people who really enjoy it. I think it's fun. I think it's goofy. I think it's silly. Also, if you subscribe, you can enter my competitions. Oh yeah, I just said all of that. You can enter my competitions. The prize this week is a pretty good one. It's a stonking great prize, I would say. It's a Doctor Who comics bundle. So you got Abslom Dalek Geller with Steve Dillon and David Lloyd. Awesome. Just awesome. There's like a Lee Sullivan story at the back as well. But absolutely awesome. You get Mark of Mandragona, a really good collection from, say, 91. So this was like when they were the comics were actually charting a new course. I think the new adventure novels hadn't started from Virgin yet. So they were like, that comic strip was like the only continuation of the only new Doctor Who going on, and they really viewed it as such at the time. So it's pretty good. You get this thing, which is the 10th Doctor. It actually says it on me. I'm looking at the camera, and I still couldn't remember the name. You get the 10th Doctor and Martha strips. Is that complete? I don't know if it's complete. You get this is nice. You get Polly the Glot. This is the first two Colin Baker strips. It was a John Ridgway, Steve Moore, I think. I'm not sure. John Ridgway are absolutely beautiful. It's the introduction of Frobisher, which I think is Colin Baker's best companion that you might not have heard of. He's a shape-shifting alien detective with a New York accent who just sticks as being a penguin. So yeah, that's who you are. So and then finally you get this Vworp Vworp magazine, Volume 1. I don't know how I got a spare copy of this, but I got a spare copy. It's going in the bundle. You can't get this. It's out of print now. They're doing a thing where they're reprinting issue 1 and 2. So all you need to do to win this is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. And in the comments, leave the hashtag of Vworp Vworp, VWRP, VWORP. Fine, so let's look at this month's Doctor Who magazine. And the first thing we notice, the first thing we see, and you're going to see this all the way through the magazine, there is no hint of the current era of Doctor Who. Nothing. Nada. I think this is probably quite intentional, don't you? So listen, let me just go on my little normal rant and say, if you like this era of Doctor Who, God bless you. I'm really have nothing against you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I am genuinely glad you're enjoying it. There's a guy who always comments on my videos, and he likes watching it. Him and his daughter like it. Mwah! I'm actually very happy for you. I really am. I really enjoyed watching Doctor Who with my kids when they were younger. The last time I got anyone to watch with my older daughter, who's like 21 now, or 22. No, she's nearly 24, and we watched Empress of Mars. I think that was the last time. None of them will go anywhere near the Jodie Doctor Who. But they've outgrown it. So what I think this issue is telling you very, very clearly is get ready for cancellation. They're saying get ready for cancellation or a lengthy hiatus. That's really what I think is going on with this, and we'll see why. So why do I think that? I think. Well, firstly, it's not very popular. It's not doing very so. But mostly, it's a lot more expensive to make Doctor Who. It's a lot more expensive to make television in general. It's not that making television or movies is impossible. It's the cost of it has, I think, effectively gone up 40%, 60%, like a massive number. The Mandalorian, for example, to continue filming season 2 and 3 together, or maybe they might be doing season 2, 3, and 4 to an amortized cost. They've taken an Air Force base, allegedly, rumor. They've got an ex-Air Force base, and they've sealed it off, and they got the entire production team who just have to live there for like 3 months. They go into isolation, they get tested, and then after a week they can come out of isolation. There's apparently going to be shops there and stuff like that. But yeah, you've got to uproot and leave your family for 3 months or 6 months, or however long the contract is to film it. So that means you've got to pay people a lot more money to do that. That's like a lot more expensive. And you see, expensive productions. The Mandalorian, for example, they're doing it. Or the new Batman movie that's just restarting filming. Again, these big budget movies, they have the resources to do that. I don't think Doctor Who does, but let's say they do. They managed to film another 10-episode season, which it seems to me they've already been paid for it by HBO Max and that Chinese media company. They've already been paid, so I think they got to make it, right? It seems to me that, let's say they go to all the trouble and all the expense of making new Doctor Who. And for me, again, the only way I think it's really going to work is animated. I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen. Because honestly, I think the wheels are going to be coming off the wagon by November, is my guess. I think there's a definite will to make life seem like it's going to be horrible and horrible and just unsolvably bad around November time, because there's a big election coming up, and when things are bad, people just like change, right? So I think there's going to be a big push for that. But I think this actually might be the wheels coming off the wagon of the entertainment industry around that time. Look, we've already seen DC Comics go down, right? They're over. That direct market thing, that's done for them. And they're probably going to be the first, and Marvel's going with them. And I think the comic book stores, it's all over, right? And I think we're going to be seeing that more and more in entertainment. But let's say the BBC somehow managed to make their 10 episodes. Their 10 episodes they squeezed out over 18 months. Oh, God. I was having this conversation with somebody online about a month or so ago, and they're like saying, they say, well, the way they make TV now is different. 10 episodes every 18 months. So they have to be wary of people's mental health. I'm like, really? Listen. If 10 years ago they were making Doctor Who and they're making more of it and better of it, so better in terms that it had much more objective popularity, right? The vehicles were better, people liked it. If they're doing like 13 episodes a year, and the quality and the quantity is much higher in the way they used to be doing it, perhaps they should go back to that. But let's say they squeeze out their 10 episodes, right? What's their reward for that? What is going to be their reward for that? It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be an utter disaster. Because this is the trajectory, right? The first year, you weren't allowed to criticize it at all. And if you did, you were called an ist and a phobe. And essentially, the fandom menace was created. That's why my channel's here. I found Gary from Nerderotic when he wasn't allowed to talk about how terrible the episodes were on social media, on Facebook and all. That's how I came to the fandom menace. So the first year you weren't allowed to criticize it. Second year I was cautiously optimistic. I'm thinking maybe they're gonna course correct. I put a video out about a month before it came out. The season 12 came out, and said, I'm ready for Doctor Who to break my heart again. Guess I wasn't. When it's over 55, I'm like, I'm out. The second year, I just the Emperor's new clothes were kind of shown to be what they were, and it didn't go well at all. They thought it was going to go much better than it did. It didn't go well at all. The lowest ratings bar a couple of episodes of Battlefield, from what I can see, ever. And that's going by the Wikipedia statistics, the numbers. But yeah, it's certainly the lowest rated episode since '89. But again, bar those 2 episodes, lowest rated episode ever, and the reason it's got low ratings, with the people who love this era, they can't understand, this guy, Mr. Reviews or something, I can't remember. He'll keep sending me his stuff on Twitter whenever which I can't see because he's got me blocked. The reason he's got me blocked is because we started talking on Twitter, and I questioned his hatred of racism, given that he was a big supporter of a massive racist in politics. Yeah, the leader of the Labour Party, the worst anti-Semite that I've ever seen in British politics in my life. Yeah, worse than George, was it Galloway? Was it his name? And they're all like flag, and it's not like nobody knew. Like all the Jews were saying, this guy's a bit racist, mate. This guy. They're like, no, quiet Jew, you're just secret Tory Jew, and you're like, okay, that's a bit more racist. So he blocked me. He blocked. Well, as soon as we got it, he blocked me. So I can't. So people keep sending me his stuff, and he keeps saying it was based on that talk radio thing from a week or so ago when you had a couple of normies, who kind of knew and liked Doctor Who, going, Doctor Who is woke garbage. And that's the normie point of view right now. That is the normie point of view. Doctor Who is woke garbage. And so he was like, well, what does that mean? Citation, please. Can I have a citation? What do they mean? Okay, I'll explain it to you. What woke garbage means. It means, Doctor Who has always been political. Not always. It has often been political. And very, very successfully. I love the Malcolm Hughes stories. I love the Paladin stories. They were very political. They were very, very overtly political. I liked Happiness Patrol. I can, some makers. I can reel off political story for you, all right? I think the difference is this. We never lived in a world before where people said that if you don't share my worldview, if you don't share my outlook of the world, you're evil. You are an isty, you're a phobe. So let's say, which is the feeling I get from the current era of Doctor Who, right? So let's say, you're a person who believes in God. Oh yeah, heaven forbid. Yeah, no, this doctor doesn't like it. But yeah, that could be true of many other doctors. But let's say you're a person who believes, a person who supports the current president of the United States, right, or the government in England, right? The people who won the elections. I mean, really, I don't think you have a more more rigorous popularity contest than that. So these are kind of popular positions. These are not straight. If you're that way, this Doctor Who hates you. It makes you feel you're and it also let's say you're somebody who believes there are 2 genders. Mostly for most human beings. Let's say you're somebody of that outlook. They hate you. So, again, listen. I personally believe most human beings have 2 genders. I don't know if gender is fluid. I really don't. I'm happy to call anybody whatever. If you have a penis and you want to say you're a woman, fine. Doesn't matter. But they want to say that's me denying their reality. No. Let me explain. I believe in God, right? I'm a Bible thumping Old Testament believing God. I understand you watching it might not believe in God. That doesn't deny my reality. That just says we have different outlooks. So anyway, season 12 didn't go well. Season 13 is going to be a bloodbath. Why? Because it's become the show that the British public knows is crap. Knows is an embarrassment, and any different kid in a playground, right? Any kid who's an easy target, as most Doctor Who fans have been, right, up until the revival, and back in '89, being a Doctor Who fan wasn't sexy. That essentially had the same effect as having the words "unshaggable" tattooed on your forehead. Babylon 5 t-shirt did not bring in the ladies, let me tell you. So Doctor Who is going to become the show that's going to get picked on. It's going to get picked on, it's going to be the show that people like to make fun out of, and it's just going to be really embarrassing. Let's say they go to all that incredible trouble to make new Doctor Who. All they're going to get from that is pure embarrassment, pure derived, more embarrassment. So, has Doctor Who been cancelled? I don't know. It seems like a lot of work to go to be told you're a loser. Yeah, it seems like a lot. And if it's not going to be cancelled, it seems to me that it's going to be on a lengthy hiatus, right? At best case, which is what this issue of Doctor Who magazine I think is preparing fandom for. By looking back at other times that happened, again, you'll notice Not a hint of Jodie on the cover. Maybe they're A-Bing it, right? Maybe they're looking at the sales of, they did a cover that was very, very Jodie-centric. Honestly, you want to put Jodie on the cover, and then next week put Tom Baker on the cover, and see what happens, right? And next month. So maybe they're doing that. I don't know. There's no hint of Jodie here, but I'd love to see the sales data, right? Trouble is, you need to get this professional account, which costs quite a bit of money, to get the sales data. You can get the 2016. You get it up to 2016, which isn't good. By 2016, the circulation was down to 16,000 and a few hundred. So it was down from, in Capaldi, it was averaged about 20,000 a month, and then by Matt Smith and the 50th anniversary, it reached to 25. But yeah, it's lost about 40-50%. Yeah, about 20-30% of its circulation before the pandemic hit. So now, yeah, I don't know at what point it becomes financially unviable. I hope it keeps going, but I hope people who are like a bit better at making it make it. Fine. So let's start looking at this month's copy. Again, not a hint of Jodie on the cover other than the logo, which again, people might just not buy it. Doctor Who fans may not buy it just because of that logo. I got a bunch of people who comment they will not buy it because of the logo. I got a lot more people comment they won't buy it because it's crap. But yeah, I can understand that. And again, not a hint of Jodie to be seen on the contents page. So and now they go. This is this is the what's it called again? The editorial, which I don't read. I used to read it, not so much anymore. But you get to see they're looking at the BSB over here, the weekend, which I remember that well. But yeah, so let's keep going. Let's thumb through it. Yes, we know that Ninth Doctor's back. I'll read this later if there's any new information. I doubt there is. And the new companion or with the Fourth Doctor, who is of course a black woman. Now, I it's a matter of like, how can I explain it? Dang, it's a matter of like just bewildered. Okay, it's a matter of utter. Okay, I'm about to give up and trying this. It's a matter. Oh wait, I can do it this way. No. I can't get the picture. There you go. You see it now. Fine. It's a matter of bewilderment to me that I have to comment on the person's skin bloody color. It's just such a boring trope. Like everybody is a black woman, right? I mean, that's this entertainment industry. Everybody is a black woman. Now, I have a lot of hope this is still going to be good, right? I have a hope it's not going to be well. Why? Because I have a lot of faith in Nick Briggs as a writer. You know, he obviously has very different worldview for me, right? Very different world. But you know, he does the thing where I was talking about. I think earlier was it this video where he's like he will present his worldview and he doesn't call you evil for not agreeing with you. You know, he doesn't, which is which is why I think his work works better. Like I just listened to the Sixth Doctor and Perry box set. It's awful, absolutely awful. Yeah, I looked to see when it was recorded, and it was around a few months after the whole Brett Kavanaugh thing was going on. If you remember the insanity that surrounded that, and that insanity is poured directly into that set, that Sixth Doctor and Perry set, which is that's an avoid. That's a non-recommend. Time Lord Victorious. Look, even these T-shirts look naff. Really. I mean, like, it's just like so generic. Although there was a new Time Lord Victorious image out today, which I'm probably going to use on the thumbnail for my live stream site. And again, who's buying this annual? Good God, nobody buys the bloody annuals anyway. But like that face is just me. I like she is so non-intimidating and non-authoritative, but she's trying to be both and just failing. Fine, Victorious. Letters. Oh, these are quite nice drawings. But they do like to show fans of the fans doing artwork from the current era. So that's almost certainly going to be in there somewhere or other. They although not so much. I'm surprised. There's normally more than that. Oh, there you go. As if on cue. I think I saw this online. This is a piece of fan artwork. I don't know, but man, it's really going back. Yeah, so again, this is the only mention of Jodie we have is the back of her head thus far. Well, that's a nice little console he made to go with his Fourth Doctor thing. Fine, please buy our subscription. Where everybody now don't really care. It doesn't really bother me. This month in 1979. Oh, I would read that. That's I'm not sure I'm going to rush to read that, but it seems Seems pretty interesting. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll see what that's about. So this, oh my god, this is an insane filler. In 1978, Tom Baker starred as the Doctor in an ambitious promotion for a brand new a new brand of lemonade. It was an escapade that few knew about until now, because nobody cares. This is so not interesting. Okay, he appeared in some lemonade ads. Okay, I'm okay with this for a page or two. You get your big picture, you get information. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of nice and interesting. I'm glad to have seen that. That's good. But then it goes another page, and another page, and another page, really, and another page. It goes on forever. I mean, like, I'm kind of interested in reading it, but I love this picture of Tom over here with the plaster over his mouth when he got savaged by a dog. Shortly before filming the Rebus operation. Ribos? I think Ribos. I don't know. Fine, so that's like a bit of insane filler, right? On run on fair. This is awful. Avoid this like the bloody plague. Absolutely awful. A near-death experience. So yeah, now they're talking about times when Doctor Who was nearly cancelled. This is a theme of this issue. So they're talking about how Doctor Who was nearly cancelled after Troughton left, and Inferno was very nearly the last story. And again, it's a 4-page article. 4-page article. I think very much preparing fandom that Doctor Who is going to be this is where Doctor Who is now. I think there's going to be some real parallels going on. But it was just that article. I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll give that. Fine. Adding to the mist. So then we got this kind of light interview with what's he called again? Now I can't remember his bloody name. Derek Jacobi. You see my eyes scanning to try and find his name. Derek Jacobi, and it's the answers are quick. They're kind of like quick fire things. Okay. I think it should have really tied much more into his Big Finish story that's coming out next month. In general, I think there should be like set visits every issue to Big Finish, because that's where new Doctor Who's being made, right? So then they got an article talking about when Doctor Who was off the air. Oh, I wonder what they're trying to say. And tell you how great it was when it was on, when we had repeats on for the first time. Like all the time, every day. Yeah, that was actually, although I did just leave the country at the time. I was there for like the first month or so of BSB. With the square dish, and they did have the big BSB weekend. But again, wow, this one's not a quick article. I thought it went on a little bit longer though. Maybe there's more stuff. Okay, maybe there's another one. Fine, so calling it the golden years. I think they're saying please stay with us, even though where there's not going to be no show on TV. Oh, fine. So this is the BSB who got absorbed by Sky. They last for about a year or two, but they're the ones who had Doctor Who. So I got my satellite TV the week after this, right? The week after I had this big Doctor Who weekend. JNT was front and center. He was actually really good. They built this kind of cool TARDIS set. Maybe they nabbed it from Doctor Who. I mean, that could well have happened. God, so how many pages has this been so far? Wow. So wait, let's go back. We got one. So we got one, and I'm counting this page. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is of 77 pages, right? 77 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4? I think it's more. 1 second. Let's go back again. Derek Jacobi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pages. 9 pages out of 77. That's a big. I think that's a big message they're sending. That Doctor Who off the air might not be so bad. So here's the ad for the Eagle Moss Tunnel Victorious Daleks. Look, I just hate this Emperor Dalek. Why can't you do the one that you're modelling on? Let's go whole hog. Do a TV or the TV21 Emperor Dalek. I want that. I will pay for that. Now, finally, we have an article which I might be interested in reading. The other article is about how great it was when Doctor Who was off the air. I was there. I don't need you to tell me. I'm going to read. This is about a few different things. This was the most exciting reconstruction for me, because this is the first real classic, right? We've had like Faceless ones. Was kind of like an objet d'art. Was an interesting experiment. The other, but this is the first one. Fury from the Deep is an ultimate. It's an absolute classic. And then they got to talk about how hard it is in lockdown. Oh, just shut up. We all know what it's like in lockdown, right? We all live there. So yeah, this is on pre-order. This is on pre-order. I am so getting this, and yeah, okay, fine. But yeah, this is kind of new. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, again, another 5 pages on what to do when Doctor Who is off the air, which I think they're saying is going to be going on for a long time. So now we get more back on this stupidity from last issue when they're pointing out that there are continuity errors in Doctor Who. And they did that to justify the Timeless Children. Yeah, no, Timeless Children wasn't a continuity error. It was a continuity decision. It was a decision to tear up continuity, right? Because listen, maybe they'll retcon it in some way to make sense, but who cares? This Doctor Who for me is just I don't call it Doctor Who. I've edited my copy of Twice Upon a Time that when Capaldi starts to regenerate, it fades to white and we cut to an exterior shot of the TARDIS. End titles. It's because I am cauterizing this entire era from my life, from Doctor Who for me, because it's such crap. It's such crap, and I absolutely hate it. And I want to enjoy Doctor Who. But by the way, what they're going to be doing, what the plan is with the Timeless Children, is they're not going to be all pre-Hartnell. They're going to be peppered in between the regenerations. They're going to make it. They want to make it impossible to remove this this garbage from the Doctor Who without removing their entire era. And they think, well, no one's going to remove a stunning and brave woman, the first woman played Doctor. Yeah, they are. And also, I actually think that Chris Chidwell is feeling pretty proud of himself right now, because I think the plan is that Dr. Joe is going to take over at some point in next season, maybe be the majority of next season. But I think this was all planned way before the whole George Floyd thing, and the resulting entertainment of the George Floyd thing was that everything's got to be about black people now. Everything's got to be about stunning and brave black people, but they can't be black people that have any flaws whatsoever, right? Because the white people writing them don't want to be called racist. For citation, go and watch the HBO Watchmen series, which I've just described it for you. Okay, again, for one issue wasn't fine. Oh, look at that! We finally get a mention of Modern Who. We see the reconnaissance Dalek. Anyway, so unit dating. More of this, honestly, did this go so well last month that they said, oh, we need another how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so another 9 pages trying to justify the Timeless Children. So, there's always been continuity. Yeah, shut up. No. Mummy on the Orient Express. Fact or fiction, vaguely interesting. I think I might thumb through that. I wouldn't really buy it for that. Although I think that's one of the best episodes from that season. Yeah, I do think so. Now we got more continuity errors because Apocrypha. Oh God, just stop already. It's like, yeah, listen, the Timeless Children didn't work. Get over it, okay? So now the reviews of the new Power of the Daleks, which I haven't got yet. I got to, it's sitting in the UK. I'm going to wait till Fury comes out and have them both mailed to me at the same time. Okay, put 2 pages on that. I wonder how different it's going to be. I really got to do a side-by-side comparison to see how different it's going to be. I wonder what that is. That looks pretty cool. Did they rotoscope stuff like that, you think? That looked pretty darn cool. Oh, I guess we'll find out. I guess you have found out if you already got it. Then we got the 6th Doctor and Perry set. Awful. Absolutely awful. I got to finish listening to it to do my review. But I'm just, it's a slog. I'm not enjoying listening to it at all. Fine, so but then they got out of time. Really? Big Finish, you should have either released this so it doesn't get spoiled, or released it or embargoed it. One of the two. By the way, have you noticed they get 0 support right now from the current production team? Right? There's 0. There's no production notes. Nothing at all. It's incredible to me. So then we're gonna get, I think, the previews. No, these things coming out next month. Coming soon. This one looks quite good. I kind of like this series, the Eighth Doctor Time War series. I will be reading it. It's worth reading. They've got the general that regenerated into a black woman. What a show! They were ahead of the curve. Regenerated into a black woman. Said, "Oh, thank God I'm not a man anymore." And they wonder why their audience figures went down. Maybe you don't alienate half the audience while trying to attract the other half who aren't interested in it. Then your audience figures wouldn't be quite as low as they were. Blogs of Doom. I wonder who writes that now. And then the comic strip's coming back next month. Why they haven't been using archive comic strip is beyond me for these last few months. I mean, look, they're desperate for filler. This whole issue is basically filler. So let's go look at the overview, right? So, cover doesn't count. Information, contents page, current events, which we all get off Twitter or don't care. Filler. I can't believe there's so many pages on that. Listen, I'll read it, and if it's not, I'll say sorry. I'll say I'm wrong. Then it's cancellation. Okay, so how many pages spending talking about preparing people for cancellation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 20% of the issue is taken up with preparing people for cancellation. 20%. That's a lot. And then you got this very light interview with Derek Jacobi. And then, there's an article I'm finally interested in. The talking about Fury from the Deep. Then we got more of the no, Timeless Children isn't the only one that messed things. No, it is. Shut up. Mummy on the Orient Express. I wonder who did that. Who did that fact and fiction? Let's have a quick look. Alan Barnes. Alan Barnes is very normally reliable. So let's go back to the page overview. Alan Barnes. But even that's smaller than normal. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. That's normally 7 or 8 pages. Maybe 2 a little less on no, there are continuity errors in Doctor Who. And then the review section is pretty darn slight, isn't it? Coming soon. Don't know what to tell you. Is this a recommend? Well, I already bought it. I'm going to be looking at it, in more detail. Is it a recommend? That's why I do my reviews. It's really up to you. You see what's in it. You see what they're trying to do. But I think the takeaway from this, the unquestionable takeaway is that they are expecting Doctor Who to be cancelled or go on a lengthy hiatus. And I reckon announced by November. They're supposed to start filming in September. I mean, look, if they can start filming, that's great for me. I want to say this again. I want them to film season 13. Okay, I want them to film it and put it out because that is going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be so funny. And I think that's one that, again, it's a lot more expensive to make now, and it's going to be a lot more embarrassing. So, maybe that's why they are moving to a quiet cancellation. My name is Sheila Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.